and we are in game number 1 of the second series, TheViper versus JorDan. Actually, not really sure. I think this might have been the first series of the day. Once again, I'm just playing these back using recorded games. I have kept myself spoiler free. So yeah, I have no idea what the result is, and I think this might actually have been technically played first, but yeah, it's the second one that I have decided to cast myself. In any case, Viper is going to be playing with the Chinese towards the south of the map. Meanwhile, JorDan, on the other hand, JorDan sending the Eagle Scout for right away, and the Viper, I'm not sure actually if he saw the sheep get converted. I think he might not have seen it, but that's okay. He's going to realize about this one, and JorDan is not taking any risks over here, not chances, right? So he's just going to go forward and take all the resources away from the Viper. If he already saw the boar, I'm pretty sure JorDan probably would have tried to collect it as well. But anyway, we're gonna have the Mayans for JorDan towards the northeast of the map, and the Viper. The Viper knows where the boars are. He cannot really engage against the Eagle Scout over here. But is this actually going to result in a lame or not? We see the second boar over there, and JorDan's there, but the Viper's there with his own scout. It'd be risky for JorDan. Yeah, to try and take the boar over there, and the hit that he got against the scout, it was an uphill hit as well, so it was not dealing anywhere near as much damage. So anyway, for JorDan Civilization, he's going to begin with 1 extra villager at the expense of 50 food. He's going to have on top of that, for the Mayans, 15% longer lasting resources. He's going to get 10, 20, and 30% cheaper archery units in the field, castle, and imperial ages. And for the team bonus, we'll see Mayans get 40% cheaper walls in, well, throughout the game, right? Well, yeah, we'll see the engagement taking place right now one more time, and who's going to come out on top? Well, the HP is looking very, very similar for both these guys. Actually, the scout doesn't end up taking the majority of the losses over here. So, the scout cavalry actually is not that similar. JorDan will end up getting the better engagement over there. Now he's trying to go and take the sheep away. What is he going to try and do? I don't think it would be a good idea for him to go and try to get the boar at this point anymore. It's too late. It's already going underneath Viper's TC, and I think that might have been a distraction for the Viper to prevent JorDan from collecting the boar himself, most likely. Anyway, we talked about the Mayans, we did not really talk about the Chinese. So what do we get for Viper Civilization? He's going to begin with 3 extra villagers at the expense of 200 food, 50 wood. We're gonna have for them also TCs that also shelter 5 extra villagers. They have higher population support, they have 5 higher line of sight, and then also the Chinese will have for the team bonus 10% additional food from farms. In any case, John's just keeping an eye on the Viper's economies, just trying to keep the deer away as well. And so we have already talked about the bonuses for both saves. Let's take a look at the map generation for both these guys, starting with JorDan. The Viper's getting some scouting information around JorDan's side of the map, but let's take a look. So we're gonna see the main goal on the back for the Viper. It's gonna have for JorDan, sorry, it's gonna have the secondary goal towards the south, and the other secondary goal is gonna be actually so far away that we cannot even see it. It's underneath the scoreboard over here. For the stone, on the other hand, we're gonna have the main stone towards the north. The secondary stone is gonna be towards the southeast. And oh, wait a moment though. Wait a moment. JorDan's got a militia over here. It's militia push, actually a drush with 2 militias and the Eagle Scout, and the scout goes down right away. So the Viper does not take any losses over here. Probably just got chunked for a little bit of HP off one of the villagers or 2, but it's going to be about it, right? Regardless, let's check. Here we go. And JorDan's still gotta do a lot over here to offset for the lost scout and for the cost of the militias, of course. So gonna try and take in the villager. The Viper's, of course, gonna be willing to take a little bit of HP off that villager in order to secure the militias becoming useless. And you can see that JorDan actually cannot really engage anymore with these units. So we're taking a look at the blue players map generation, right? And we established that the golds were very far away. The secondary ones, you can see one over here, and then the main goals on the back, secondary stone on the back, main stone on the back, sorry, and secondary stone forward. So he's going for the walls. in a way that's gonna allow him to secure some of these resources. Something like this would actually allow him to secure that gold as well, but doesn't need to be like that because he can go for something like this. And while he wouldn't be able to secure that one, he would still get access to the main one. Ideally, he probably would have wanted to go for something like this if he were aware of the wool line over there, but I wouldn't be surprised if that wasn't the case. Yeah, and indeed, he doesn't see the wool, right? So, kind of make use of it. On the left-hand side, the Viper's already got into the fuel age, and he's got the archer range coming up. We'll see for the yellow player the main goal on the right-hand side towards the back of the TC. What secondary goals will be forward, though. They will be on top of hills, so we'll see if JorDan is aware of that. I think he might be. And then we have the main stone up in the north. Secondary stone is going to be on the right-hand side. And this one he's going to secure pretty easily. Sorry, this one he's going to secure pretty easily by going for something like this. And then something like this is also going to secure an entire woodland. So it's better map generation, in my opinion, for the Viper, just because of the goal and the wool line in the back. But it's going to be harder to protect red because it's very open on the right-hand side. And it's only possible for him to go for the walls that I was suggesting because he's already been going for the walls up in the north. So it's going to be better in my opinion, but it's going to take some time and it's not going to be cheap. Archer already out for the Viper, defending against the militias. It's not going to be too difficult for him to get the militias down, even without fletching, and he's going to continue going for extra archers. Well, JorDan, on the other hand, up in the north, he's got the gate coming up, and I think his wall's going to be completely closed in a moment, right? He's going for the walls on the right-hand side, and then up in the north, he's going for the walls towards the edge of the map as well. All right? So far, yeah, I'd say so good. Now it's going to be JorDan the one to try and get some pressure going. There we go. Yes, sir. This should be going in favor of the Viper for sure. 5 archers versus only 2. The skirmisher has gone down to the scout already, and even though the scout went down, it was too low HP anyway already, so it's probably not the worst loss for the Viper. Now JorDan's unit control over here has been good though. He's taking the archers down from the Viper from 5 down to 3 archers. The Viper's probably going to end up losing yet another one at the very least. Even with a good unit control over here, I don't think he'll be able to take a good engagement against JorDan anymore. So now the game is going to stabilize, and the Viper is probably going to play for the Castle Age, and JorDan's probably going to try and play for the Castle Age as well from this point onwards. We'll see some archers coming up. Of course, that's not very pricey for JorDan. It's not very expensive. And for the Viper, on the other hand, he does have archers coming out. He's got the double archer range, and he's going to go for a stable as well. So he'll be thinking of crossbows and knights. Right now, he could make a play for scouts if he wanted to. Given the amount of farms that he's got, I would say it's not really needed. Is it? It shouldn't be. He's got at this point 12 farms already. He's got some foragers still, too. And this is like pretty good, right? He's gonna continue massing the resources, and while he could have waited a little bit to go out to the Castle Age earlier, he decided to go for the 1 scout. Not too many, he's not going to overinvest, just 1 scout, so he's got something against skirmishers specifically, right? But from this point onwards, it's just going to be the Castle Age for the Viper. And JorDan's got the Viper beat. Bunch of resources being sold by JorDan. Balancing his economy and going up to the Castle Age and the Viper. The Viper's so close! He's so close. Should be able to click up in a moment. he does. Castle H is on the way then for both of these guys. So what to expect? You have seen enough games with American Civilizations to know what's coming up, right? It's usually going to be a transition from archers over to eagles, and JorDan is going to be no stranger to this fact. He's out of the second barracks. He does not have a third barracks yet, though. Let's see. Third barracks on the way right now. Yeah, and he's gonna try and make a play for full eagles.
Shot it. Ashike.
There we go. Guess it's here for JorDan. He's going for Eagle Warrior right now. Oh, the militias are going down to Gaia. Yeah, actually, I don't think he can take the wolf down over here unless he takes the hill advantage over there, right? But honestly, it seems like he's just trying to get some scouting information with these units before they eventually go down. That's some good line of sight from the militia, but the wolf is eventually going to take it down. So, here come the Eagles. Eagle Warrior upgrades already here. He's got chainmail armor on the way. Meanwhile, the Viper's got the crossman upgrade. Baki arrow and thumb ring on the way, in addition to ball cell too. And JorDan hasn't gone for horse scout, hasn't gone for Boso either. The Viper doesn't have heavy pub, but he does have horse collar. Yeah, and JorDan should be able to counter this without too many issues, but he's going to need a few extra Eagle Scouts. Yeah, something like this, right? Like 8 or so. That should be good. Now with chainmail armor, he might be able to get some damage down over here. The Viper's moving forward. He notices the Eagle Scouts sneaking into the fog of war. And JorDan's gonna try to surround the Viper. The Viper needs to try and break through over here, so he's got a choke point to work with. But he's going straight into the wall line. He's going straight into the wall line. He's got knights on the way now as well. But here come the Eagles, and JorDan's gonna try and get this around. He's gonna try to get the envelope going. Let's see, there we go. Fantastic. So the Eagle Warriors will eventually clean up these crosses. That was good. That was good from JorDan. And the Viper doesn't have taken a few too many losses over there. Now the Siege Workshop's already up for JorDan. Or it's coming up for JorDan actually on top of the hill. And this is a very, very important location for JorDan to push from. As we already established, the secondary goals from the Viper are both on hills over here in front of his base. So it's not the best. It's definitely not ideal. We'll see now. A nice snipe on the monk. Beautiful. There you are. JorDan is looking pretty good. See what else he can do. Getting the archers down, yes. This one's going down as well. JorDan might end up losing a villager if he's not careful there. Yeah, the woman goes down and the Viper does end up losing the archer eventually, of course. Here comes JorDan's push. So commandos are already on the way. We have cavalry archers from the Viper. Cavalry archers with the Chinese is not what you're expecting to see. It's not unprecedented. Certainly we have seen it in the past, and it's not going to be the worst thing in the world. You know, it's going to be fine. At the very least in the Castle Age, these are going to be fully upgraded. It's only in the Imperial Age, I believe, they do not get Python tactics, if I'm not mistaken. Let me check really quickly. For the Chinese, yeah, they don't get part in tactics, but everything else they will get. So it's definitely not going to be the end of the world for him, I'll tell you. Here you are. Our village is going down. And eventually these Eagle Warriors will go down, but they are getting a lot of damage down first. Another set of villagers going down over there. Yes, sir. Another one. That is so close, and he got her at the last second. It's not going to be in the push, of course. There's a lot more coming where that came from as well. 2 Mangonels. Now we're going to see a Scorpion added into the mix from JorDan. And he's taking two TCs. He did go for the second one over here. It seems like it's a fairly recent one. The Viper, on the other hand, he is on 3 TCs already. Well, going for 3 TCs and Cavalry Archer production is going to be definitely a stretch. The Viper, he ended up losing one of the Archer ranges. He's going for additional ones on the back. He's going finally for a defensive siege workshop. Might have taken a little bit too long for him to get to this. Yeah. The Archer ranges are going down now for the Viper, the final one. Let's see. Up in the north. Yeah, some crosses from the Viper. Still. Beautiful. So far, JorDan's been able to get a lot of damage done over here. But doesn't really have too much to show for it, right? I mean, he still continues battering down the front buildings from the Viper. Meanwhile, the yellow player is getting cornered more and more by the minute. He's been able to hold on over here really well and fend off for the most part. Maybe not fend off, but he's been able to, at the very least, kind of disregard JorDan's push in a sense. It's taken a long time for the Bull player to push past this area, and now with the Mangonel coming out from the Viper, there is a possibility that the Snake will be able to take the Mangonels from JorDan down. We'll see. Good amount of cavalry archers already for the Viper. Yes, sir. Once you get to a good amount of these, even Eagle Warriors are going to struggle, but it's still going to require some very involved micro in order to kite with the cavalry archers and prevent the Eagle Warriors from closing the gap. Like, definitely the cavalry archer are coming out on top, but Eagle Warriors are going to close the gap. And that is beautiful though from JorDan. He takes the Mangonel down. So now the Viper needs to go for yet another one, and JorDan can take the TC over here, the Siege Workshop, the TC. That's going to put the Viper in a much more precarious position. So what do we see? We're going to see the Norwegian player make a transition to cavalry. He's got the stables on the way. 1, 2 stables on the back. He already had one. He already had 2, as a matter of fact. So he's going to try and make a play for light cavalry by the looks of things, to hopefully take on the Mangonels and effectively fend off JorDan's push. Meanwhile, JorDan, on the other hand, is going for the Crossman upgrade. He's going for Balkan Arrow. This will work on paper, at the very least, against light cavalry, but he will need some numbers that he does not have right now. And the Viper's unit control has been fantastic. He's taken all 3 Mangonels down from JorDan without taking a single loss. Yes, sir. JorDan's got a castle on the way. The Viper's been able to hold on to his villager lead. Let's take a look at the gather economy time so far. It's better for the Viper by about an hour or so. Yeah, looking good. Here we go. This goes in favor of JorDan, but the Viper's already gotten away with so much damage. And JorDan's now behind in KD. Makes sense for the Viper to be the one ahead. He's been investing resources into very expensive units himself. Beautiful. Gas is coming out for the Viper, and he's effectively kind of turned the tables over here, right? All of a sudden, it's going to be the yellow player the one to be putting pressure against JorDan, and the blue player on the other hand. He's got a defensive castle down the south. This one is going to protect one of the secondary goals. He's got a TC over there as well, so it's going to be very well protected. We see JorDan trying to go for the quick walls over here, and he's going to be able to do it just in time, but the house got very little HP. The gate over here is going to be very little HP as well, but he will manage to keep the gate up, and the conversion is coming up. But JorDan does not pay, the Viper does not pay attention. JorDan's going to get away, and he does get the conversion. So well done. JorDan's going to be fine, right? He's getting the walls out to the hill from the castle. He's got a good amount of crossbows already to play with. He's going to delete the Teach Workshop to go for yet another castle forward. But now the Viper, guys. The Viper has been able to click out to the Imperial Age. How much gold do we have left for the yellow player down the south? Seems like he's run out of it, right? He's got the mining camp over here. No gold access whatsoever. So he needs to get the golds at the center. And JorDan's going to be the first one to try and get the castle up over here. The Viper was going over there. But just a few seconds later, he was too late to the party. And JorDan's going to be able to get the castle up already. This one is going to deny one of the secondary goals from the Viper, but not this one yet. However, the Imperial Age coming up faster for the Viper means that he's going to be the first one to get access to treasures, right? And with 2 castles to work with, means that this castle from JorDan most likely will end up crumbling. The blue player, he does also have 2 castles. He's able to keep this one up until he gets to the Imperial Age and manages to get a trebuchet production going, then he might be able to get something done with it. Go. Bunch of light cavalry for the Viper. Won't be able to upgrade those any further once he gets to the Imperial Age in terms of the line itself, right? Cannot go for Hussar, but he can go for Blast Furnace and Plate Bar. Right now he's going for Forging, just the +1 plus the +1 attack. Yes. Let's see. It's gonna be the 3rd castle for JorDan, but the Viper is probably going to reduce JorDan's castle count down to 2 as he's got already the trebuchets out in JorDan. If it weren't because of the hail advantage, that castle probably wouldn't survive long enough for him to get like a single trip out, but now he's got the chance. But he's not going for it though! He's going instead for Elite Eagle Warrior. Pretty sure we're gonna see El Dorado. JorDan seems to be saving for that. It's gonna be a, very pricey upgrade. And he's got El Dorado on the way, guys. Then it's gonna be like cavalry and skirmishes from the Viper. No more cavalry archers left over here. He's going for Cavaliers, going for Plate Bar. It's gonna take some time for him to get the upgrades, to get the units and the numbers that he needs. Meanwhile, JorDan's coming over already with Elite Eagle Warriors and El Dorado on the way to completely dominate the skirmishers. hold on to the castle. And now we see the Trebuchet production finally coming up for JorDan. So that castle seems like it's going to go down in the end. The Viper's gonna try and get his own castle up, as he's got a lot of units soaking damage from the castle from JorDan. JorDan's gonna have to manually target the villagers, and in the end, the castle comes up for the Viper. JorDan's castle is going to crumble, and while we have El Dorado now, JorDan does not have anywhere near enough units to do much of anything. He's producing from 2 barracks. He's got 7 Eagle Warriors. 7! Up in the north, well, JorDan's just gonna try and collect from some of the extra resources. Now we see plate mail armor on the way for JorDan. That is +3/+4 for infantry units. So what will the Viper do from this point onwards? He's got a good amount of light cavalry. He's not really gone too heavily into cavalier himself, which I do find somewhat surprising. He does have 3 turrets over here, so he's gonna try and take the monastery down. Let's see. Well, I should be able to, right? It's probably going to. Yeah. Up in the north, see a 4 TC coming out for the Viper. We have 3 TCs for JorDan right now. The Viper's already on 200 population, so that's not going to make too much of a difference. Here we go, that's good. Beautiful. Left hand side. Oh! JorDan, he was collecting the resources from here. He was collecting some gold. Only managed to get 153 gold out of here before getting pushed away. But at the very least now he knows that the Viper's gonna be there and he could potentially do something about it. Yeah, the Viper's looking great. He's got a lot of extra light cavalry on the way. He's got also 2 canoes on the way. He might have overboomed a little bit. 147 villagers won't really leave too much space for military while JorDan's got 46 eagles. He's massing these guys up. But just like we saw in the previous series, sometimes players, they take a little bit too long to get the push going. And now it's finally going to be JorDan's time to take the engagement. The light cavalry are getting completely flattened by the crossbows, by the eagles. And that castle is going down most likely than not. Meanwhile, up in the north, the cavalry and the light cavalry trying to batter the walls down. JorDan's getting the gates up. With the push coming up from JorDan's looking very strong as well. It seems that the castle might actually end up going down, and the Viper's got only 1 goal left over here. He gets pushed away from here. He won't be able to access these golds. 1300 gold left over there, and then he's gonna be banking just on the neutral one on the left hand side. But because he's got a few villagers over there only, it shouldn't be enough for him to sustain production of gold units too much, right? Once he gets pushed away from here, once again, simply put, he won't have enough villagers over here to get a strong enough gold income to support the production that he needs. He's going pretty heavily into Cavalier, and JorDan still has a scary amount of Eagle Warriors. He's gonna start making a play now for Pikemen very soon. Once he gets access to this gold once again, it's gonna get the hub of the upgrade coming out. But the Viper is going for the counter raid, like Cavalry and Cavaliers turn the back to JorDan's base. JorDan realizes about this. Probably the reason why we see so many Pikemen coming out, but he's not sending the units after the Cavalier though. The Viper might actually end up getting away with a lot of extra damage over here. Meanwhile, JorDan, he's getting pushed back, and the Viper is successfully pushing JorDan's units back out of his base. And an incredible power tug over here. We'll see the Norwegian player survive just a bit longer. Not only survive, but could you say thrive? I mean, you take a look at this. And so much of Jordan's economy is getting completely idled by the Viper, right? You take a look at the worker efficiency in the last minute, and 37% compared to 77%. Especially given the work account that we have for both these guys right now is going to favor the Viper for sure. And there's a big engagement taking place right now as the trebuchet does go down from JorDan. Viper's castle is going to stay up, and while JorDan was able to push the Viper's units away, yellow player's looking good. He's looking just fine. Yes, yes. Yeah, still some Cavalier left on the right hand side. Probably will not getting cleaned up. Trebuchets from the Viper, kind of exposed. Will most likely survive as they are going back to the castle. The castle is going to take care of those pikemen, and JorDan, yeah, still does not have Halberdier. Doesn't really have too much of anything to work with. 4 relics will certainly help JorDan's gold income once all the actual gold around the map is taken. For the time being, the Viper's still going to be the one with the most gold between both these guys. And let's take a look at the engagement. That's a lot of pikemen, a lot of Eagle Warriors over here, and it seems like this is probably going to go in favor of the Viper, though. He's doing a good job baiting the units around to take the pikemen down with the skirmishes. Now that's going to leave him with a bunch. I like already in Cavalier to take all these archers down. Gas is coming up for the Viper once again. On the hill, he will get control to this one once again, and JorDan's like, come on, bro. Can you play a bit weaker versus me, please? And the Viper says, but and JorDan just goes on to call the GG over here. Too strong. Too strong. This neck certainly looking absolutely fantastic. So, well, we're going to take a look at the engagement. Actually, we're going to take a look at the achievements. There is no engagement left for us to take a look at over here. So just going through the achievements, we'll see a better KD for the Viper, getting about 21 to 20. For economy, we have stronger economy for the Viper as well, collecting about 17,000 extra resources, a little bit more than that. A higher villager max count as well. In the end, he ended up losing 43 villagers compared to the JorDan. Viper was in a much better position, right? 78 villagers down for JorDan this game. Well done. Viper won. JorDan nil. We'll see what we get for game number 2. For the time being, let's go back. And off to game number 2 we go. Yes, sir. The Viper playing the yellow colors still. It's going to be up in the northwest, while JorDan on the other hand is going to be towards the southeast now. Oh, the names are gone again. Okay, let me try and fix this real quick. Okay, hopefully that's... Alright, that's good. So, JorDan, playing the blue color towards the southeast of the map, playing with the Mongols, is going to get 40% extra HP. Actually, what am I talking about? 30% extra HP, unlike Cavalry Hussar and Steppe Lancer line units. 40% faster working Hunters. 35% faster attacking Cavalry Archer units, while for the team bonus, he does have 2 extra line of sight on Scouts. And then the Viper playing with the Tatars instead, and this is probably a map where we can probably just fast forward a little bit the Dark Age. The Viper playing with the Tatars instead, he's got a civilization with 25% higher attack when fighting from higher elevation. We'll see in addition to that, for the Tatars, also free Thumbring, free Parthian Tactics. They also have 50% additional food from herdables, right? And then they also spawn 2 additional sheep. Upon building it, a newly built EC, starting the Castlage, I believe. Onwards, they're going to get 2 additional sheep underneath it. And then for the team bonus, Cavalry Archer units, they do get 2 extra line of sight over here. So, yeah, the Viper's actually getting a lot of these sheep, right? Yeah, that's going to be 9. And I'm not really sure if he found the ones that we're missing on the left-hand side. I think he might not have. I think JorDan might... Yeah, JorDan got it, actually. He sent the villager over. All right. So the Viper, he's going back home over here. He's already been getting some scout and information. Let's take a look at the map generation then for both these guys. Starting with the blue player, of course. We'll see, first off, that we have for Mr. Viper. JorDan, sorry, over here, the blue player. He's gonna have the main goal on the left-hand side. Secondary goal is gonna be up in the north. And the other secondary goal is gonna be on the left-hand side towards the south over here on top of the hill. Shouldn't be too difficult for him to wall himself as well. From here towards the berries or here to the berries, that's gonna be good. Something like this, and then he shouldn't really struggle to close himself out too much, right? And as a matter of fact, I think this over here, actually it's probably already closed. Then for stone, both of those are going to be on the back for him. Yeah, and once again, it shouldn't be too difficult for him to protect himself. And if he does end up going for something like this, he will end up securing a full wall line as well, which would be ideal. The Viper, on the other hand, he's going up to the village. JorDan's got him beat. He's gone up extremely early. He's got the stable already on the way, so he's going to start pumping some scouts. But the Viper, on the other hand, his map generation is going to have the main goal forward as well exposed, as you expected to. And then on the right-hand side, we have the secondary goal. The other secondary goal is going to be towards the south over here. And all three are exposed for the Viper. This is not good. The main stone is forward. And the secondary stone is not forward. It's on the back, but it's so far away that it's ridiculous. Damn. Yeah. Overall, the map generation of JorDan seems to be a lot more favorable compared to Viper's, and it seems like we have seen JorDan hacking the Viper's map hacks over here and just getting those for himself only. And the Viper, well, the Viper's kind of stuck with the Wars map. Anyway, JorDan's here with the scout, and that is a very good reaction from the Viper. And we'll just go back now. So long as the yellow players got the spear over there, JorDan won't really be able to do much or anything about that, right? Yeah, by the looks of it. JorDan's gonna try though still. We take a look at this point of view. He knows about the spearman. The Viper knows about the scouts down the south. The Viper knows about JorDan's base now, and he will realize JorDan's complete wall. So it's open here, but JorDan realized. Yeah, so it's going for a house. That's fantastic, and JorDan should be fine. Viper shall not pass the walls. JorDan was trying to get the foundations over there, the palisades over there. Couldn't do it in time, just traded this for a house. I'm actually not really sure. Yeah, I think it was probably just a matter of time, right? Because he didn't really need to go for the house right away. He was not about to get house, but it's always good to have some extra population space in any case in the future. It's gonna make it a lot easier for him to keep on going for units. So the Viper is going for wheelbarrow. He has walled himself towards the south, towards the left-hand side, and he's gone for the walls around the goal. The main one and the secondary one is going to be part of the walls. It's overall alright, and the Viper, so long as he's at the very least managed to secure a single one, it's gonna be fine. Now JorDan's laughing and the Viper's wondering what this is about, and I have no idea. Viper's good unit control perhaps. Oh, he just passed straight through the spearman. The Viper's like, what? Whatever happened over there, I'm not really sure, but you know, they are playing the rest of the playoffs in the previous patch, not the newest one, because of some bugs related to pathing, I think, in the newest version. And I think this is probably a situation where the Viper probably wished they were playing the newest patch. I'm not really sure that changed, but JorDan says you deserve that for last game, and Viper says, I haven't seen you lame like this ever, man. Who are you? That is true. That is true. JorDan's been going ham. Yeah. But anyway, game has stabilized. And it's going to be a play for the castle stage right now from both these guys. JorDan's going to be the first one to click up, but the Viper won't be falling behind too much. And now as the game stabilizes, yeah, it's about time for me to get my tea. Yes, sir. Let's take a look. There we go. Fantastic. It's already tea time. You know what the good things about recording games after the fact, offline, is that in between games 1 and 2, I just went and had my breakfast, and no one has to wait for 10 minutes to a be right back screen. So that was good. JorDan's just having so much fun right now on the Viper. The Viper says good job. JorDan's got the bigger spear, he says. And Viper says, yeah, your spearman's well fed, Viper. Let's go into participate in the joke over here with all that boar meat. Oh, the boar meat! Hold on, did I miss the boar lame over here? I might have? I don't see a... Where's the scout? Let's push in deer. I don't see a lame over here. What is the Viper talking about? Did JorDan lame earlier and I didn't notice? I don't think so. Nope. Nope. JorDan scout is full HP. Yep. Yeah. I don't think so. So let's just try and catch up over here. With all that boar meat. I thought for a moment that the JorDan had lamed the boar, but doesn't seem like that was the case, right? It really is not that I saw. It was caught up analyzing the map generation. So JorDan goes to the goal with the second TC, already gets to the castle H, and the Viper on the other hand. Yeah, the Viper is still about 50 seconds away from the castle H himself. On the south. 30C on the way for JorDan as well, right next to the stone, so it's gonna be good to go for economy. Should be the case anyway. Castle H is here for the Viper. Yes, sir. Second 30Cs for the yellow player. Monastery. It's coming up in a moment as well for the Viper, while JorDan's just trying to reach through. Extra archer range for the Viper. Yeah, he decides against going for the original location. He's gonna go for the archer range next to the monastery, so it's not spottable from outside. This is really interesting. The Viper seems like he's gonna start going for CA and try to mass the units up without JorDan noticing about it. Like, from JorDan's point of view, all he can see is the Viper going for 2 additional TCs. Which is very interesting. Now JorDan's sending a villager forward. So probably going to see a tower come up over here, I would imagine, from the bull player. Perhaps somewhere around this area. Tower over there would actually be good for him to deny this. Would be good for him to deny this one. Not exactly there, actually, because too close to the TC. Maybe somewhere here. Oh no, he's just going for the Siege Workshop. Well, that also works. That's going to be just fine. And the Viper? The Viper's coming now with the cavalry archers already in JorDan. JorDan's got no idea about this. The interesting thing is that the Viper's not really massing too many units, right? He's just got 3 cavalry archers over here, which is using to try and defend the monk to collect the relic. And JorDan spots those. That's not going to be a large enough numbers for the Viper to go forward and get too much damage done. And then JorDan should be able to go for like skirmishers or whatever. While if the Viper sent the units forward and then JorDan only spotted the cavalry archers when they were already battering down the walls, then that'll be a little bit harder for JorDan to react to as well. But right now, this is the Viper kind of giving away his army composition, and now JorDan. If he wasn't sure what to expect from the Viper, well, now he should know. He's got a Manual inside the Siege Workshop, and he's gonna start going for Scorpions. And the Villager! The Viper knows! The Viper knows! The Villager's gotta be around somewhere, so he roams around, finds the Villager. This guy is going down from JorDan while the Viper is keeping all 3 TCs working. He's got the 3rd archer range coming up, and will eventually, once he gets a strong enough economy, be able to utilize all 3 archer ranges for, yeah, for putting pressure. Alright, Viper's going for the 4 TC. And JorDan, not so much. He did have a hit start to the Castle Age though, so he is the one with the most villagers currently, but the Viper is not trailing too far behind, only 4 villagers behind it. Honestly, with these cavalry archers, if you place his cards right, might be able to get a lot more than that. From JorDan, that is not playing his cards right though. The Viper is not getting a single villager, loses already 3 cavalry archers over there, gets pushed away. So far, so good. Viper's got all 4 TCs working. It's gonna be catching up in work account in a moment, while JorDan, on the other hand, he will have the 4 TC come up in a moment as well. Might be able to prevent the Viper from not only catching up, but potentially surpassing him. Well, that's a good amount of cavalry archers from the Viper. Without ballistics, these guys are not the best. He already gets stumbling for free, we know this. It's part of the bonuses for the Tatars. He doesn't seem to be able to do too much without ballistics. Right now, at the very least, JorDan's been able to hold on just fine. Yeah, and JorDan also canceled the Scorpion over here. He just stuck to the 1 Mangonel. Very interesting to see. So what is the plan, JorDan? It's gonna have 25% faster attacking cavalry archers. He gets Mangle as well, which are great. Oh! Monk goes down from the Viper. JorDan ends up deleting a Step Lancer. Listen, the cavalry archers is probably not gonna be, or not, sorry, the cavalry archer, the cavalry scout, but it's probably not going to be particularly good for JorDan anyway. And this is risky. This is risky. If JorDan were paying attention over here, the Viper could have lost the foundation of the castle. But he's taking the risk. He will get the castle up. And there was no reason for JorDan to be paying attention over here whatsoever. So it's maybe not that much of a risk from the Viper. But yeah. Castle coming out, the Viper's getting control of this area. So we noticed the golds from the Viper were exposed. The secondary one that he's not collecting from still on the right hand side, very far away. For JorDan, on the other hand, he's going for a castle on top of the hill where the secondary gold is. And he's gonna be protecting this one already. He was collecting from the other one, but he's gonna start collecting right now from the from the farther one, right? So he's got the other one to fall back to in any case in the future. Imperial H is on the way for the Viper, JorDan. So it's gonna be playing for the Imperial H. He shouldn't take much longer to click up. And now that he's got the castle, he's gonna start going for Mangler, right? And this is what I was talking about, the Viper. He's got amazing cavalry archers. With silk armor, these guys get extra armor. With free Thumbering Apartment Tactics, this is going to be much easier to upgrade properly as well. Once again, he needs to go for Ballistics, and he's gonna need to go for Bakinara Bracer Chemistry. And still, Paddle Arch Armor, Leather Arch Armor, and Ring Arch Armor, but once he gets that, and Heavy Cavalry Archer, this is going to be completely upgraded. But I'm liking the mango dye play over here better. If Jordan manages to get a good amount of mango dye, that should definitely compensate for the cavalry archers, right? Yeah, for sure. Second castle in the way for Jordan. Liking this a lot. Doubling his mango dye production potential with that one. Handcards on the way now for the Viper too. Beautiful. There you are. Skirmish is going down, and now that the Viper finally has ballistics coming in. Well, he's gonna try to. It's unlikely he'll be able to get through, I would think. He's got step lancers himself. No, these are Keshiks actually. Yeah, it's got Keshiks, and he's gonna try and breach through. And Jordan's reaction. An instant castle on the right hand side. Well, that's gonna be the third one for him. The Viper's only on 2. It's going for the 50C, however. Eventually the Viper's gonna be able to come in, but Jordan should already have the castle up. Yeah, pretty much. The house is actually going down at about the same rate as the castle's coming up. If the Viper was able to come in, it would have been really tight. He probably would have been able to temporarily deny the castle, or actually delay it, I guess, more accurately, but yeah, we'll see. There we go. Beautiful. There we go. Jordan's starting to get the numbers that he needs. 22 mango dye are nothing to sneeze at for sure. The Viper, on the other hand, is trying to get the upgrades he's missing for his cavalry archer. So he's got heavy cavalry archer on the way. He's got, interestingly enough, chain bar the number as well. So he's expecting Jordan to be coming in with his own cavalry archer units, right? And we have actually a very, very scary amount to see over here from the Viper, but not quite as high as Jordan's mango dye count over here, I believe. Yeah. Now, these guys are not elite yet, but Jordan's been saving resources, and right now he's got more than enough. He just needs to use the market to balance his economy, but he's got Hazard. He's got enough resources to go for elite mango dye, and the Viper's gonna try and make a play for elite Keshik. Fleet Barthen armor is coming out for the Viper as well. There you go. Nice name from Jordan. Yeah, man, they will take the villages down from the Viper on the right hand side. Yeah, the Viper's got a bunch of units over there he's not realized about. Meanwhile, Jordan's coming in straight to the back of the Viper, already getting 2 villages down. Can barely see it. But the push is brewing, guys. Jordan, once again, still has a scary amount of mango dye. These are still not elite. What is Jordan doing? 4,400 gold. What is this? What is Jordan doing? Trying to collect all the gold around the map and then just starve the Viper? How much gold do we have left for the yellow player, as a matter of fact? That is a beautiful raid from JorDan, by the way. He will end up getting so many villages down. Actually, JorDan starting to get a significant lead over here in the Mango Die. Certainly proven their worth. Another one, another one. Another one going down, yes. Beautiful. JorDan. Realizes he's getting trapped over here. He will end up walking away though. Yeah. There's only one cavalry archer from the Viper, so the Keshik are not going to... Oh god. Just JorDan leaves them to die. He was walking away. It's whatever. Those are just a handful of units. JorDan probably was better off losing those over there, so he's got more population space to go for military elsewhere. Now let's take a look at Viper's push over here. It's gonna start going for on the right hand side. JorDan. It's going out to the north. Interestingly enough, notice the Viper has gone for herbal medicines. This is not an upgrade that we see very often, actually. And it's got no weak units over here, I think. It's got a few, but he is anticipating he'll need to try and make his military last, right? He's anticipating engagements, which will leave his units pretty weak. So here comes the engagement right now. That's a lot of Mango from JorDan. He's got the really bracers, got chemistry, he's got also leather archer armor, Parthian tactics, and Thumbring, in addition to Bloodlines, Husbandry, and these guys are already fully upgraded. How many do we have over here? 39 versus 38. Because they are going to provide a fantastic meat shield though, however, so JorDan's going to bring the Hussar over here, and I'm really sure about this though. It seems like it's probably going to go in favor of the Mango though. It's very hard to tell. The Viper's got a lot of units himself over here to work with. Yeah, and he's gonna get pushed away. The Mango are proving their worth once again. Fantastic units. You take a look at the Cavalry Archer, you take a look at the Mango Die. The Mango Die is not going to have anywhere near as much armor. It does have one extra attack, but yeah, once again, it's not going to matter, right? 3 extra armor for the Cavalry Archers. The Mango Die should be significantly easier to micro, mind you. And notice the Viper is just trying to reset the HP of his units. He's doing a really good job at that. What is it? The cooldown over here. Attack delay 0.9 and 2 seconds between attacks. Let's take a look at the Mango Die. I'm pretty sure Elite Mango Die, they have a much lower attack delay. Yeah. 0.5 and seconds between attack. 2.1. Yeah, the Cavalry Archers from the Viper need to be respected. Beautiful. JorDan's coming in with a Hussar. Still trying to keep a good amount of Mango Die. I wasn't really anticipating the Cavalry Archers to be this damn strong with Silk Armor. I was just coming in with this legacy notion that the Mango Die are going to be the unstoppable unit, but honestly, with Viper's upgrades, these Cavalry Archers are also a force to be reckoned with, so... See the engagement come up in a moment. Take a look at this. There is no special bonus damage from the Mango Die. It's just going to be standard. Just some bonus damage against siege. Let's see. Lucho is coming out. JorDan's gonna need to bank on these Mangodai. 59 over there versus 52. And the Viper's got a lot of extra melee units over here. Michio, that's significantly strong compared to JorDan. JorDan's going to go back. In doing so, he will end up losing a lot of HP. And the units that are still within range of those cavalry archers. So he's going back and he's respecting the cavalry archers. That is a thing, right? There's a thing. JorDan's units are strong, but the numbers over here, the composition is just not good enough. The Michio is nowhere to be seen from JorDan, as it now is going to get melted away. The Viper is pushing JorDan away to the brain cow collapse. And JorDan's just trying for dear life to hold on over here. A lot of Hazard coming up. And the Viper, what does he do? Probably just going to hop right back up into the castle. Probably the weak ones will go over there. We'll see. Yeah, he's trying to take some of the CA inside. John says, hope the viewers brought some time. Well, guys, if you're watching this on YouTube, you know it's probably going to be some time before this game is over. The Viper says that it's your weakness, you go to bed around this hour. That is probably true. So, see the Turishes over here trying to take on the castle. They should be able to. The Turishes should be able to take on the castle over here. And the Viper says, bro, I was typing in JorDan. Took the chance over there. Take the engagement, but the Keshiks are coming over. They will not taking some of the Turishes down. The release one is going down for sure. Still have 3 Turishes for the Viper. Meanwhile, the Mangle over here are still very numerous from JorDan. 47 versus about 28 cavalry archers from the Viper. The military count over here for the Yellow player is not anywhere near as high as it used to be. While he does land a very nice shot against Trebuchet over there, JorDan's still getting some great momentum. As the Turishes are going down, and the Mangle there taking advantage of their bonus against Siege. They will come out on top. And the Viper cannot be too happy about the way things are going over here. JorDan seems like he should be the one to take the engagement over here one more time. Seems like he should be the one to keep momentum over here. It seems like he should be the one to equalize the series against his teammate. Viper, who's been regarded as the greatest player of Age of Empires 2 ever. It's going to call the GG right now, and JorDan goes on to take game number 2. Equalize the series. And let me take a look at this just one moment though. The Viper says, I was typing. And I am curious to see if that would have made much of a difference anyway. So the guys... Okay, so there's an engagement over there that goes in favor of the Viper, and guys start chatting a little bit. There we go. Yes. And now he's going to come out. No, I don't think he actually was typing over here, right? Yeah. There's no wonder he has to resign over here. The sheep were to them, the villagers were to them, and took the sheep down for food, right? Military, it's better for the Viper in the end. He does not get in a better than 3 to 2 KD ratio. Still, JorDan does come out on top in the end. While the Viper's cavalry archers were a force to be reckoned with, it was still not enough against the Mangodai. We have for Society. Better stats for JorDan. 137 villager max count versus 131. He ended up losing 37 villagers throughout the series, while the Viper, on the other hand, he ended up losing 44. So better for JorDan over here. And overall, JorDan clutches it up and takes game number 2. Now we'll go back and jump into game number 3 right away, as a matter of fact. And we'll see what that one is. It's going to take place in Acropolis. Just so you know, let's go for it. And there we go. Game number 3. Not match points, so that's good. We know already, because of the result of game number 2, that this is going to be a 4-game series at the very least. And JorDan, just playing with the Jaras towards the southwest of the map, the Viper. It's playing with Magyars towards the northeast. For JorDan, the Gujaras means that he's gonna have 2 additional berry bushes underneath the TC upon starting the game. Besides that, we'll see also for the Wool player the ability to garrison herdables inside the mill. Besides that, we'll also have for the Viper civilization 20, 30, and 40% higher bonus damage from mounted units in the Feudal Castle and Imperial Ages. In addition to, for the team bonus, they're gonna have 25% fast training elephant and camel type units. The Viper instead, playing with the Magyars, will get villagers who can't kill wolves or other predators with 1 strike only. We're gonna see for the Magyars also. Free blacksmith attack upgrades for melee units. So foraging, iron casting, and blast furnace are coming in for free for the Magyars. And in addition to all of these things, they will get a 15% discount on scout line unit production. While for the team bonus, we'll see for the Magyars 2 extra line of sight on. Here we go. We're gonna see 2 extra line of sight on foot archer units. So yeah. There we go.
Namaste.
Agna.
We can take a look at the map generation as well, as usual. Starting down south, we'll see the JorDan. It's got 1 goal on the left-hand side. It's got 1 goal on the right-hand side. Both the stones are going to be on the right-hand side as well. And that means that he's going to have a pretty side-heavy Acropolis over here, where if the Viper came over and put pressure, I'm going to represent this with a tower. That is not necessarily what I'm expecting to see over here, but if the Viper were to come in, put pressure in a single place over here, might be able to end up denying out 3 resources, right? In addition to the wood over there, which I don't think is going to be too important for JorDan. It's got wool lanes on the left-hand side, and most likely we're going to see the wool player go for this one. Anyway, it's having a really good time just joking around. What does this know about, by the way?
No.
John says no on the Viper. Oh, what is it? Yeah, I don't quite get it though. If you spotted it, do let me know. Regardless, let's take a look at the map generation for the Viper. Now this seems to be a little bit more balanced. We have 1 goal on the left-hand side, 1 goal towards the south. He's got 1 stone up in the north, and then he's got another stone on the right-hand side. Berry bushes are going to be on the right-hand side as well. This is kind of backish for him. If you were to draw a line between both bases, this would be kind of backish. But yeah, the one thing that I am not too sure about Viper though is that both these goals are forward, so he will need to get full control of that area. Meanwhile, over here, JorDan on the other hand just have 1 of the goals for, the other one not so much. Eric's coming in for JorDan. It's gonna be in the field age in a moment. He's going for scouts. The Viper's going for scouts himself as well. The players are very far away on Acropolis, so they kind of have to. Otherwise, without the mobility, it's not quite as good. Right, Stibble's there. Nice.
Szolgálatára. Igen.
Viper. The Viper. The snake is bringing the scouts over. Yeah, and it's unlikely he'll be able to get too much damage over here, so he's just going to go back. And JorDan, well, JorDan sent the scouts forward himself. He is waited a little bit more, right? He's going for all 3 scouts forward at once, as opposed to waiting for the 3rd one to catch up as the Viper's on. It's probably not really going to do too much of a difference. And it's interesting to see the way that JorDan has decided to go about the wood collection over here. He's collecting from the wood on top of the Acropolis, while the Viper's going for the more standard. And that was a very nice quick wall for the Viper. Yeah, he went for a more standard wood line towards the south over here in the valley. Oh, it's open though! The Viper did not manage to get the quick walls up on time on this wood line on top. So he will end up taking a loss over there. It's gonna be first blood. Favors JorDan. And the scouts are still very much full HP, so it might not even be the end of it. And JorDan is not out of this, guys. We might have the Viper as the favorite in the matchup, perhaps, but JorDan is certainly showing some chops over here on the Viper. Yeah, the Viper is not into the jokes so much anymore. You can see the snake is getting to the try-hard point, and the scouts over there were not attacking on time for JorDan, so the Viper says yes, and JorDan gets completely annihilated over there. Just wondering what happened, and we know what happened. The units were not attacking. The Viper took advantage of that fact now. It's gonna be JorDan on the back foot, even though the military count's about the same over here. For the most part, JorDan's going to have a few extra spearmen. He's got 1 extra spearman compared to the Viper, and yeah, Viper on the other hand is going to have a pretty strong scout army, even if it's a mini army over here compared to JorDan, who's been going for a little bit of everything. He's got the spearman, he's got 1 archer, 1 scout, 1 camel scout. Yeah, and JorDan's just trying to get the walls up to prevent the Viper from getting too much damage done, right? We have 4 scouts over here, sorry, so JorDan's gotta be wary of it.
Szolgálatára. Igen. Parancs.
There we go. Beautiful. Legion's coming out. The Viper is gonna start going for some archers himself too. He's got 2 out. JorDan just trying to play for defense over here. JorDan's been trying to secure the resources to be the first one to go up to the castle age, but this might come in at a price. If he does not control his units properly here, Viper might end up getting away with a lot of damage. That is not a trivial amount of scouts. Now we have forging for the Viper. He already had that because of the SIP bonus. But he's going for scale bar the number, and very well we could see the Viper end up going for bloodlines over here as well. And JorDan Jordan's not quite as close to the castle age as he was just a moment ago. He was forced into invest in a few extra resources. Got some archers now. And here comes the Viper though. He's managed to bamboozle the Spearman to get straight past them. Yeah, and he's trying to come in right now, but he won't be able to do any damage. And JorDan's defense over here is absolutely fantastic. Now, will most likely end up being the first one to click out to the castle age. The Viper is probably not going to fall too far behind, despite having gone for copious amounts of scouts. He's got 9 scouts over here, but you take a look at that. He's got 50% stronger farmer economy compared to JorDan, which means so long as he does not continue going for farmers, he should be able to save the resource to go out to the castle age himself, but he's going for wheelbarrow now. That's going to cost a pretty penny. And Jordan's going to be on his way to the castle age. Notice he's idle on the TC right now. Doesn't care about falling behind 1 or 2 villages over here, as long as he's the first one to be there, and the castle age is on the way, guys. Viper, because a wheelbarrow will not be able to get ahead in worker count, but he will be the one with the lowest amount of idle TC time. And JorDan, well, JorDan's got archers moving forward. He's got a bunch of spearmen over here to defend those with as well. And once he gets to the castle age, that's when things are going to get pretty tricky for the Viper. Once we get to Crossbowman, when we get to Bakinara, the Viper's gonna try. He's gonna try and clean these units up right away. He's got bloodlines coming up right now. We have the hill over here. JorDan's trying to go back. He's gonna try and kite over here. The spearmen are coming over, and JorDan manages to find the defenses that he needed for the crossbows. Now, this is looking a lot better for the bull players. So long as he's able to keep a good amount of units, he's going to have an army to upgrade once he gets to the castle age. And continue control for JorDan. Check this out. He's taking the archers down, and now the spearmen are going right after the scouts. In the end, it seems like JorDan will end up coming out on top, even if he ends up losing the majority of the units over here as well. That did not come cheap for the Viper, who ended up losing the vast majority, if not all the scouts in a moment. Yeah, I mean, take a look at that. The scouts, they're so weak. JorDan just needs to kite. He needs to actually target the units. There is no way that the Viper's coming down on top over here. Finally, JorDan brings a camel scout and cleans up scouts, which honestly, he should have been able to take down with the archers a while ago already. He would have been able to survive with a bunch of those. Now, he's gotten to the castle age and he's got 4 camel scouts. No archers anymore in the Viper. Well, the Viper's not clicked out to the castle age. At the very least, JorDan's got that going. Yeah, but making a play for camels over here seems so awkward. Seems so awkward for JorDan. He's got the second TC on the way. And Shivan should rather start coming in as well. The Viper's got just 2 archers, then spearmen to defend against camels, right? He's anticipating this to be the case. There we go. He's roaming away. 30C. Not coming up anytime soon, but it looks good. There we are.
Igen.
Cannot come in. Still not going for the third TC. Sticking to just 2 TC production over here. This is very interesting. And once again, reminds me of some of the previous series, some of the games from the previous series that we cast, right? Sometimes going out to the castle age, if you go for the extra TCs, like 2 additional TCs from the get-go, you're guaranteed to get ahead compared to your opponents, so long as you've not lost like a crap ton of villagers during the Fuel Age, right? Or Dark Age or whatever. But going for just a second TC over here will allow JorDan to get ahead in economy while the Viper, you know, takes his time to get to the Castle Age himself. But he's not fully committed to economy, which means that he might actually be able to be the first one to, for instance, click out to the Imperial Age. He's starting to collect some stone, and it makes sense. He would want to go for a castle and then immediately click out to the Imperial Age. So it's going to be the first one to get there, and with the good Jaros. It's going to have a strong push going. Once he gets to the Imperial Age, remember, all the bonuses, 25% faster chain camel and elephant units. Extra bonus damage from mounted units as well. Yeah. We'll see. The Viper, on the other hand, gets to the Castle Age and is going to stick to 1 TC production. And is going to try to go for military, right? So he's got cavalry archers coming up. Well, right now, he's got a single archer range, so it's not the strongest production that I have seen. From the Viper's position, I probably would have expected him to be the one to go for, at the very least, a double archer range, cavalry archer production over here. Now JorDan. Just getting the 3rd TC. He already had a stronger economy. Now, he shouldn't struggle to keep production going from 3 TCs with the extra villagers getting from the second one already. And the Viper. Yeah, the Viper. Yeah, there we go. He does have right now triple archer range production. Where are the extra archer ranges? Ah, they were to the south. Yeah, well, this makes a lot more sense for the Viper for sure. Civilization is going to have one of the strongest cavalry archer units, as he can potentially go for recurve bow, which is going to make these guys get 1 extra range, 1 extra attack as well. Kind of like the Attel of of the Magyars for cavalry archers, you could say, but yeah. Just roaming around with crossbows instead. Doesn't really have too many units. He's going for skirmishers right now. Oh, and the cavalry archers on the left-hand side from the Viper. They get a single villager. And JorDan's reaction over here. Fantastic. There's the Vil. Villager goes down from JorDan. Gonna be the second one he's lost so far. Still a better AKD. Has taken 3 villages down throughout the game. But anyway. And the Viper's fine. For the time being. Extra TC finally on the way for the Viper. He's gonna be playing catch up, unfortunately, though. JorDan, on the other hand, already got ahead in word count quite a lot, right? There's a 4 castle attempt coming out from the Viper in JorDan. JorDan's probably going to realize now he knows. Now he knows, and the counter castle is coming up from JorDan. He's pulling villages from everywhere to get the castle up over here. Meanwhile, the Viper's got a lot of military units to work with. JorDan, for the most part, is going to have skirmishers and crossbows, and he's bringing the skirmishers over, but the Viper's got the units already here. And while the skirmishers take some time to show up, JorDan's going to take a lot of losses, and that is a massacre! That is a massacre, JorDan. and be able to get a castle up over here anytime soon by the looks of it. And while his reaction was quite swift, guess from the Viper does come up first. Given both castles are going to be next to each other, you gotta wonder, is the Viper gonna try and make a play for petards over here? Is JorDan gonna try and make a play for petards over here? And the Enderable player is going to be the one to lose the most villagers. 26 villagers down for JorDan. Petards are on the way for him. The Viper, not so much. Yeah, and JorDan's going for Armor Elephant as well. But the thing is, JorDan still finds himself ahead in worker count, interestingly enough. The Viper did go for the extra TCs, but never really prioritized villager production. 7 minutes vital TC time for the Viper so far, after having gone for the extra TC so much later compared to JorDan. There we go. Viper's castle's going down. Yes, sir. Let's get the cavalry archers coming around from the left-hand side. JorDan, he's got no more skirmishes anymore, just crossbows. He was trying to collect the relic, and the Viper put a stop to that. Yeah, and JorDan's gonna need something to counter those cavalry archers, though. So he does not take the castle down with the petards, right? It's a lot of resources down the drain for the Viper. But didn't come in without a reward, right? 28 villagers dead from JorDan so far. But yeah, the blue player is gonna need something to counter those skirmishers. Sorry, those cavalry archers. Skirmishers, of course, would be a good choice. There you are. We'll see now Kshatriyas coming in for JorDan, 25% foot discount on military units for the Gujaras. And the Viper. Well, the Viper's not really going for much of anything else. He already has gotten to a good amount of cavalry archers, and he's going to stick to this. By the looks of it. Beautiful. Nice snaps over here from the Viper. Once again, it's gonna be the one getting the most damage done so far in terms of economy in JorDan. Yeah, JorDan is still ahead in population by a lot. He's got a lot of extra resources right now with extra gold. Extra stone. Well, not extra stone compared to the Viper. But extra gold. He's gonna start going for the Shrivansh Riders a little bit more heavily as well, so that he can counter these cavalry archers. Skirmishes was an option. Shrivansh Riders are going to be another one. And here comes JorDan's defense, the Mangonel. Oh, and taking this one down. Yes, sir. 1 for 0. Viper's probably going to end up losing this one as well. Yes, but he does take a Mangonel down from JorDan, which the bull player didn't need to lose. A little bit too much taking place right now for the Viper to keep up with everything. He's got an inactive group of military down the south. He's bringing everything back home as well. There we go. So the Shrivansh Riders right now trying to get the raids going against the Viper. Villagers will crumble. Many of the cavalry archers will crumble as well. I think the Shrivansh Riders will end up getting cleaned up, but the Viper did incur a few losses over here. The working count still staying higher for JorDan. And we have 6 stable Shrivansh Rider production coming in from JorDan, and the Viper not too pleased with the way things have been going so far. It's going to call the GG over here as JorDan, guys. He gets game number 3 to get the lead 2-1 against the Viper. It's a clash of GL members and only one is going to come through. JorDan's got 2 more games to get the missing victory over here. Gets 1 win out of the 2 remaining games. It's going to be the one moving on to the quarterfinals. Meanwhile, the Viper, on the other hand, he is with the back against the wall. He's got to take the series. He's got to take the next 2 games, rather, back to back in order to get the series. So, going through the achievements, we'll see for military a very nice KD. The Viper doesn't get in 6-5. For economy, you have a stronger economy for JorDan. However, collecting over 6,000 extra resources, 6,500 or so extra resources. A higher villager max count for JorDan, and while he did end up taking the most losses, you know, in the game for the most part, it was not too bad because of the extra economy. He was able to kind of soak that, absorb the damage. Hold on. Now the next game is going to take place on Kilimanjaro. Let's go for it. Game number 4 is going to take place on the Viper's home map, of course, so let's take a look at it. This one is going to have JorDan up in the north playing with Hindustanis. It's going to have the Viper down the south playing with Berbers, however. And yeah, back in the day, probably would have said maybe the Berbers are going to be much better civilization for this matchup before the Hindustanis were Hindustanis and we only had Indians. But these days, with access to Gulam, the Hindustanis are actually going to be a lot more versatile as they do have tools to put counters even against units or civilizations that go predominantly for strong range units, right? Which the Berbers can do. It's not necessarily what they will do. They do get the camel archers, not necessarily what they will go for. Very high entry barrier for the Berbers, but of course, if that's to be the case, Hindustanis will have a choice compared to before when Indians wouldn't quite as much. And if the Berbers were just to go for camels or knights, and the Hindustanis are going to have the stronger camels themselves with the Imperial camel, right? So, anyway. Taking a look at the civilizations, the bonuses and whatnot. Up in the north, JorDan with the Hindustanis. It's going to get 10, 15, 20 and 25% cheaper villagers. He's going to have, in addition to that, we'll see for the Hindustanis, +1/+1 armor on gunpowder units. We'll see for the Hindustanis also. Let's take a look at this. There we are. We'll see for them also 25% faster attacking camel units. And JorDan's taking the sheep away. He's taking the goats away. And the Viper's going to start this game laming. And the Viper's just been trying to push Thea, right? So for the most part, it's not really been paying attention to that too much. He's been pushing the ostrich. The team bonus finally for the Hindustanis will have their camels, like our Inhazar units, deal 2 bonus damage against buildings. While the Berbers, on the other hand, they do get 15 and 20% cheaper stable unit production in the castle and Imperial Aegis. Besides that, we'll also see for Berbers 10% faster moving villagers, and for the team bonus, access to Genitor, a mounted skirmisher type unit. Interesting. Let's see if the Viper's going to be able to continue pushing the ostrich and taking the elephant over here at the same time. Seems like he is going to be able to. Well done. And he's taking the ostrich as well. Well played. So yeah. Taking a look at the map generation of the players, starting with Mr. JorDan, what do we get? We're gonna see for the wool player that he's got the stone in the back, which is great. On the right hand side, we're gonna see the gold. And then we have a gold on the left hand side, a stone on the left hand side as well. It's not something that's really going to... You know, it's not something that that's going to be easy to deny for the Viper, right? With a single push or something. And then if we were to see the walls come up, JorDan could probably go for something like from here to here, right? And then maybe something like this perhaps could work so that he gets access to the berries potentially, and ideally also ends up securing these resources, right? So the stone over here and ideally even the wood line. Well, taking a look at the map generation from the Viper, we're gonna see for the yellow player that he's got the gold up in the north. We're gonna have another gold towards northeast. Down on the other hand, it's going to be up in the north over here as well, beyond the wood line. And finally, the missing stone is going to be on the right hand side. This does seem kind of similar for the Viper as well, in the sense that if he just connects the walls, maybe something like from here to here, here to here, and here to here, he will be able to secure himself, right? He'll be able to secure one wood line at the very least. He will be able to secure the gold over here as well. But that'll be about it, and it doesn't seem like it's going to be too straightforward for him to secure any of the extra resources. For JorDan on the other hand. Wow, okay, so he's going to try and secure this gold in addition to the stone, in addition to this gold, in addition to the wood line probably. Interesting to see. Let me take a look to see if JorDan already knows about the wood line on the right hand side. He does! He does know about the wood line on the right hand side, so if he connects to that one, he'll be able to secure the wood line he's collecting from right now. And I will see an engagement, and it comes up favoring JorDan, who's got into the village earlier. So the Viper was trying to get a hill advantage over there, but in the end, it was not strong enough. Yeah, and JorDan will end up pushing the Viper way. There we go. Beautiful. JorDan is going to move south. With 2 scouts already. He's got the stable, of course, the Viper. Given the civilizations we have, you're probably expecting to see scout play over here, right? So we're gonna see the same from both these guys. Spearman fight again? Let's see if JorDan comes out on top or not. Good reaction over here from the Viper, pushing the scouts away with villagers alone. And the Viper is going to run away from the fight. Wonder if it's going to result in a joke from JorDan or not. And JorDan's getting pushed away, the Viper. He's got the Spearman. An extra scout over here. JorDan has not been going for any extra scouts. Seems to be trying to play for the castle age over here, perhaps. Yeah, probably. There we go. Viper's going back home. JorDan. It's not really going to be able to do too much about that. The wall's coming in for the Viper as well. Maybe these are not the walls that I was expecting to see from the Viper, to be fair. Might not make too much of a difference at this point, though. All right. Viper. He's coming over now. Defend himself. He's gonna be fine. JorDan cannot find an opening at all. Up in the north, there is a market coming in for JorDan as well. And the castle is on the way for both these guys at about the same time. JorDan does have a little bit of a head start, about 10 seconds or so, not too much. Yeah, there we go. Well, it's on the way now for the Viper as well, so we're most likely not expecting to see a camel fight over here between both these guys, and the Viper's going to have them for cheaper. JorDan's going to have them for the full price, but they will attack 25% faster, remember. So there is an extra stable coming out for JorDan. The Viper's already aware of as well. He's got scouts over here, so he's got vision of it. Castle Age is here for JorDan. Here we go. Camel's on the way for both these guys. The Viper, well, he will pay less resources to go for the same units JorDan's going for right now. JorDan's will attack faster. And they are coming in for cheaper for the Viper, but they are not coming in any faster. The stables do not work any faster. The camels do not train any faster. So long as JorDan is able to keep production going from, you know, the same amount of stables as the Viper. Now he's got 2 monasteries on top of the Mount Kilimanjaro. Then he should be in a good position. After all, the same numbers will always go in favor of JorDan. There we are. Overall, JorDan's looking pretty good over here in the Viper. The Viper's gotta be respecting his teammate. 2-1. JorDan needs 1 more win to take the series. Once again, of the 2 remaining games, and the Viper seems to be kind of on the back foot right now. JorDan's starting to get a little bit of a lead. For military, he's ahead. For economy, he's ahead. And we'll see the conversions coming out. Those will connect most likely. Well, 1 does connect. I think JorDan might have been a little bit optimistic over here, but he does not get the conversion himself, though. I think it's gonna be 1 for 1. Yeah, but there's another conversion coming up from the Viper. He gets it. And just gonna have to walk away. So what is the plan over here? 2 monsters for the Viper to defend himself with. He pays less resources for the camels, JorDan. He's got both these monsters up over here going for extra monks. He's gonna pay full price for these guys. But they will attack 25% faster. Seems to me like he's going to need some siege over here in addition to the camels though. Because if he's got a fight camel versus camel and then the Viper's got the defender's advantage over here with the TCs that he can garrison. Just to see how JorDan's ever going to be able to push either siege or a castle on JorDan. He's starting to collect some stones, so he might be thinking of a castle, but that's going to take a long time to come in. Probably siege would be the way to go. Wheelbarrow on the way for JorDan as well. The Viper already had it. And the second TC is on the way for JorDan as well up in the north. Now, of course, every single villager the players have gone for in this game, JorDan has paid less for compared to the Viper. So yes, on paper, the yellow player does have a discount on stable unit production, so his camels are significantly cheaper, right? But it might not matter. It might not make too much of a difference. Now let's take a look at this. The camels are getting converted right now. We're going to see the counter conversions coming up as well. And it seems like it's going to connect on time as well. We're going to see both those camels get deleted from the Viper. But now this is breached. And here comes JorDan. That's going to be a lot of units from the Viper to defend himself with. And JorDan is going to try and get the conversions going against the Viper. And he does get away with one. Out of 5. And we'll see more conversions coming in right now. And that's going to be the second one out of 5. And JorDan's push is looking great once again. 4 siege workshop would be absolutely fantastic. Ended up selling some of the stone, I think. Not really sure what he did with it, but he doesn't have an extra TC. And now we see the camels coming in. We see the monks over there from JorDan. It seems to be like he's being overly aggressive over here, overextended a little bit, because that's a lot of damage he's going to take from the TCs. Well, he does have the monks over there and does still have the numbers lead over the Viper. Can they commit into the engagement underneath both these TCs? Seems like it's going to be bad. Now the Viper is bringing scouts over and JorDan's going to try to defend the monks. That I don't think it's going to be on time though. And we'll see one of the monks going down. All 3 monks going down. And the Viper with a beautiful defensive move over here manages to free himself. The religious oppression of JorDan's kingdom. The camels from the Hindustan is not going to be the thing that takes him, that gets him the game rather. As the Viper has been able to successfully fend the units off. Well done. From this point onwards, the Viper is going for the 3rd TC. He was already able to get himself in a lead, on the lead, right? And JorDan had a higher gather economy time counter so far. Can't imagine that being the case for much longer than this after the Viper starts pumping from the 3rd to C consistently. Yeah, and JorDan was a little bit too aggressive over there. Overstepped his boundaries and resulted in a big loss. In a big battle. It's the Viper. The Viper's now in a position to start putting some pressure himself. Let's take a look. Here he comes. It's gonna be 6 monks though. And yeah, JorDan's like, nope. No inhales, bringing the scouts. As now, the scouts do end up bringing the camels over from JorDan. That's going to be it. That's going to be it. So many conversions coming in from the Viper. That is not even close. And JorDan calls it GG the moment the conversions connect. A fairly short game over here is going to go in favor of this Nick. The Viper. The best Age of Empires player of all time will be back in the race. And JorDan JorDan is on the brink of a huge upset over here, but still needs to take the final game. It's going to be a tiebreaker, and both these guys will be biting each other's heads off in order to be the ones moving on to the semifinals, of course. So for military, we're going to see a better than 5 to 4 kill ratio for the Viper. For economy, we're going to see a stronger economy for JorDan. For society, higher villager max count for the Viper by about 10 villagers, right? Nobody lost a single villager throughout this game. And that's going to be about it. So let's go back, and once again, fifth and final game is coming up. So let's hopefully go for it right away. Yes, sir. Let's go. Welcome everyone then to the fifth and final game of the series. We have Arena, where JorDan's playing with Bengalis and the Viper's playing with Britons. Interestingly enough, Bengalis and Britons. What do we get? Oh, JorDan playing with the Bengalis is gonna have, first off, 2 additional villagers spawn in from each DC upon reaching a new age. Besides that, we'll see for the Bengalis, they have elephants that take 25% less bonus damage, and they have conversion resistance in addition to +3/+3 armor on monk units. We'll also have for the Bengalis, for the team bonus, an actual bonus that is for team games only, so we can just disregard it. For the Viper, we get 1 and 2 extra range on foot archer units in the castle and Imperial Ages. We're gonna have that affect all archer type units except skirmishers. And then he's gonna have also a 50% wood discount on TC starting at the castle age. Besides that, we also see for the Britons, for the team bonus, they are going to get 20% faster work in archer ranges, and that's going to be about it. This is probably the one map in which it's not troublesome to fast for the early stages. Let's take a look at the map generation for both these guys, starting with the blue players, we often do. We'll take a look at JorDan's map generation, and notice that he's got the main goal on the back, that he's got the main stone on the back, that he's got both secondary goals forward, and while one's going to be inside, the other one's going to be outside the walls, as it's often the case, as it's always the case, as a matter of fact. The position of this particular goal is not ideal, and I'll tell you why. For the secondary stone, it's going to be also over here, and actually, this, yeah, I think this is going to be kind of problematic, right? And we have talked about this in the past. If the Viper is to scout alongside the walls like this, then he's going to be the one to spot from outside the walls where this, where the goal location is. So if the Viper is to ever go for with a fort castle, not something that he's necessarily going to go for right away, but if he ever goes for a fort castle, getting vision of this extra goal is huge, because then he knows that by going for a castle over here, not only does he deny this goal and this stone, which he might not really be concerned too much about the stone over here, but also this goal, right? If it weren't because of this, then he would probably be tempted to go for a castle elsewhere where he wouldn't really deny this additional resource from JorDan. The Viper's map generation, on the other hand, we're going to see that for the yellow players, got the main goal on the back, secondary goal is going to be up in the north, and the other secondary goals towards the right-hand side as well. As for stone, we have the main stone towards the south, and then the secondary stone is going to be on the right-hand side, outside the walls over here as well. And while the Viper's goal is going to be close enough to potentially get spotted from outside the walls by a scout over here from JorDan, is not going to be close enough to the other resources to potentially, you know, allow JorDan to go for a single castle that's going to deny everything, right? He's gonna have to make a choice. Does he want to deny this, or does he want to deny this, and this. Anyway, Village is here. We see a stable coming up for the Viper. Yeah. Beautiful. Coming up already for JorDan. And the Viper. Well, the Viper already had the stable, right? So he's got scouts already on the way. Yes. That's gonna be good. That's what it is here, and JorDan immediately goes for the monastery. Yes, sir. Interesting to see. How is he ever going to fight for the relics without any map presence currently? You know, the scout that he's got has already been harassed by Viper's own scouts. There we are. Perfect. Spearmen are coming out from JorDan over here. So long as the Viper plays his cards right, the Spearmen shouldn't really be much of an issue though. You can just use the mobility of the scouts to run circles around the Spearmen, just try and stay threatening against the monk. And even if he does end up taking a few hits over here from the Spearman, he will be able to get the monk down, right? So you take a look at the Viper. He's going after the monk. He's going to do it. And now we see the conversions coming out. 2 scouts getting targeted, but none are going to get converted. Meanwhile, we'll see the scouts take down the monks from JorDan. I think the blue player over here might actually be overestimating how much the extra armor is going to give the monks over here. They are still going to go down like pretty quickly, and the Viper's got like cavalry right now, right? As opposed to scout cavalry, so these monks are still in peril, so to say. The Viper, on the other hand, he already has 1 monk that he's sending to the north to collect this relic by the looks of it. It's gonna be going full greedy. It's got the 2nd monk on the way to potentially collect some of the second or the safer ones, or ideally maybe this one as well. We'll see. We'll see the monks coming over, and now the conversion's coming out. The Spearman will go after the monk right away, and we get the conversion connected. Meanwhile, now it's going to be the Viper's chance to get the monks down. He gets that like already converted though, so that's gonna be 2 monks going down for JorDan, 1 monk going down from the Viper, and while the Yale player was getting greedy over there trying to go after that relic, and he still has another monk on the way, but it seems like this one's gonna collect this one instead. Center of the map still favoring the Viper. It's got the light cavalry to take down the monks pretty easily, right? Where did you learn that, Sister Viper?
Yes.
Yeah, and JorDan, he'll just take it. It's collecting the relic now. And the Viper, well, the Viper is trying to get the relic back. We'll see if JorDan... There we are. Will be able to do anything. Doesn't seem like he will, so it's going to be 1-1 for the time being. And JorDan does have 3 monks compared to the Viper, who's got 2 right now. 4 even. JorDan's just gotten the 4th one out. Was going to try to collect this relic. Meanwhile, the Viper, he was trying to go for this one as well. That's going to be 2 relics coming in for the Viper, and he does end up losing the monk. So never mind, it's going to be 4 versus 1 monk. Actually. Jordan's collecting the second one himself, so this is going to be the last one for grabs. Well, I mean, the Viper technically has still not secured this one, right? So he's just going to bring it back. But he will go for this one. Conversion's coming up now. And it does connect for the Viper, but the monk does end up going down anyway to another light cavalry over there. So JorDan will be the one to collect this one. He's gonna be the one winning the Relic War. And he's been on fire, guys. JorDan is now collecting the third relic. He's going for the 4th TC, and so is the Viper. To be fair, JorDan started going for it a little bit earlier though, so it's probably gonna be the one getting ahead work account. Yeah, and the Viper on the other hand, kind of a little bit of a struggle. The yellow players so far, the kitty's better for him. But I think it was the one to lose the most monks, wasn't it? There we are. Perfect. JorDan's gonna start putting some pressure right now, by the looks of it. It's interesting to see for sure. So a 4 siege workshop is coming out from JorDan. He's got the monks already out, so he doesn't need to go for the monastery right away. But it's interesting to see for sure. The Viper, on the other hand, is gonna try and go up to the Imperial Age himself, and JorDan should be able to go up to the Imperial Age himself as well. It's gonna take some time, but he shouldn't really be too far behind. This is not necessarily what I was expecting though. See from JorDan. And the Viper, on the other hand, the Viper's playing a little bit more standard, I would say. Armor Elephant on the way for JorDan. Should be on his way to the Imperial Age very soon as well. He's going for some monks right now. What is the conversion? Ah, okay. Monk down the south converts a villager. Villager goes down. Here comes the Armor Elephant as JorDan clicks up to the Imperial Age himself. Yes. Castle's gonna be up in a moment for the Viper. Preventing JorDan from pushing from this angle anyway. And JorDan's going for his own castle, so he'll be able to go for trebuchets eventually. Right now, the Viper, obviously, with the Britons, is going to have incredible trebuchets. Once he gets the Werewolf upgrade. For the time being, it's just going to be the hit start to the Imperial Age that gives him the lead, really. Yeah. So JorDan comes in, he's got the scouts! Yeah, and the Viper's got some Lombos over there, and JorDan doesn't really care about doing any damage over here. All he wants to do is get intel, right? It's not knowing that's hurting him the most. He's gotta come in and just try to figure out what exactly it is that the Viper is thinking of. And so far, he's in Lombos and TCs, right? There isn't much in terms of extra military. Some light cavalry, perhaps, from the Viper. Those are on the back, and he does nothing in 2 monks down. Yeah, JorDan's gonna make a play for Elephant Archers! Yes, sir! Yes, sir! Elephant Archers, Elephantos, Chunkers, Ballerinas, as you want to call them. You know, that is actually a thing I am not really familiar with. What is the story behind calling the elephants ballerinas? It's based on some cartoon with ballet dancing elephants or something like that. That's the only thing that I can think of that would kind of make sense. So if anybody knows, do let me know in the comments. But yeah. Conscription. Bracers coming up now for JorDan. The Viper knows it's going to be Elephant Archers, of course. Yes, sir. Skill bar than armor is coming out for the Viper. And here come the Lombos. Here come the Lombos, and he should know about the elephants. JorDan is trying to mess up. He's going to need a bunch of upgrades for these guys to make them work. Wallens is on the way. Leather arch armor for +2/+2 is on the way. There you are. Beautiful. Now we have Parthian Tactics coming in and Ring Archer Armor. 3 trebuchets already for JorDan the Viper. He's got Werewolf coming in. He's got 2 trebuchets. It's already going to be strong enough for him to take on these 3 if he plays his cards right. We'll see. We need extra elephants. Husbandry, chemistry's on the way still. Not the best right now for JorDan. He's seen running probably get away with this so many times, but of course, seeing somebody do it and then doing it yourself are 2 very different things, and JorDan's kind of struggling to make the Elephant Archer play work, or he's gonna start going into skirmishers himself. He's gonna start going for skirmishers. The Elephant Archer play is not working right now, and JorDan's second guessing himself. He's going for Siege Elephant for the upgrade. So Kaz on the way down the south. He manages to get this one up just in time, as the light cavalry will start targeting the villagers. But yeah, usually the way that this would go, even when the Elephant Archer play wouldn't work, you know, from the get-go right off the bat, is that you would still try to get them to good numbers behind the scenes, behind the walls or something. You would still keep on trying to go for more. And this is more like it. This is more like it. I do like this from JorDan. Do not give up on the play if it doesn't work from the get-go, because it doesn't mean that it's not going to work at all. He needs the numbers, however, and he's going to try and get them. Trebuchets are taking the archer ranges down already. We'll see the Viper's gotten already Yeoman. With Warwolf, these trebuchets are fantastic, but are they going to do enough damage over here? I think they will. The castle is most likely not going down from JorDan. Yes, sir. There we go. And the Viper, he's trading skirmishers for Elephant Archers. This is not a good engagement for JorDan. He needs something else over here. He needs a meat shield, and he's bringing the siege elephant, and that's gonna make a big difference. However, with Warwolf, the trebuchets are a force to be reckoned with, so JorDan's gotta be extremely careful with the units. These are not cheap. Even if he's got most of the map presence right now, even if he's going to end up collecting the majority of the extra golds, he needs to make sure that he does not go overboard. With these traits, right? Elephant archers are still going to be quite pricey. We'll see elite elephant archers coming out right now as well, finally. Beautiful. Yeah, he's got it now. And his raid's coming in from the Viper, to be fair. JorDan's gonna try and get a defensive castle around here by the looks of it. Well, he deleted the archer range because he needed it to bring the villagers over to the elephant archer, right? But that's going to also give enough space for him to go for the castle. We'll probably have preferred for him to go for the castle forward, but it's whatever. Now, JorDan's just gotten Mahayana. This upgrade for the Bengalis will have villagers take 10% less population space. So he's got 132 villagers, but they are taking space as if they were 120 or so, which is why he's got 150 or so population with 134 and 26 military units, right? So, play by the numbers coming up for JorDan. He's trying to make a play for a meat shield over here, the light cavalry. He's still gonna keep on trying to make the play for the elephant archers. Once again, it's all about numbers. Strength lies in numbers for JorDan's army. Yes. There we go. We are getting to good numbers. 22 elephant archers. We have the light cavalry over here. However, the Viper's gone for halberdier already. So light cavalry on their own might actually not suffice. We'll see. The trebuchets are doing a lot of damage though. They are going to be taking some of the elephants over here. The numbers are starting to dwindle a little bit for JorDan, but compared to the Viper, it's not going to be anywhere near as dramatic losses. Yeah, the Viper is still 190 population, which makes it seem as if it's not too bad for him, but obviously he will end up losing a bunch of skirmishers over here to the light cavalry, and now that is a lot of extra elephant archers going down, and JorDan's only now gonna start replenishing these. He needs to go for more units. He needs to go for a heavier production, but it's so difficult. The units are so pricey. Yeah, and the Viper's skirmishers over here are actually extremely resilient. He's going to continue bringing extra halberdier and skirmishers at a faster rate than JorDan can take these down. And notice how the Viper is leaving the halberdier to chase the light cavalry down, and he's gonna try and micro the the elephants, sorry, over here, the elephant archers from JorDan by hand, manually, one by one. In the end, he might have gotten the most cost-effective traits over there, but JorDan's gonna be the one with momentum left. He's going after a trebuchet. He's going after the next trebuchet as well. Takes half HP off that one as well. With 4 trebuchets left, he's gonna be taking this one down. Yes, sir. We have 14 battle elephants left for JorDan to work with. He's got some more on the way. He's bringing some skirmishers. The Viper does not pay attention. He could end up losing a bunch of skirmishers himself, but once again, the unit control has been really good. Is this how you counter elephant archers? Well, for the Viper, it seems to be working out pretty nicely so far. Although both these guys are gonna get to 200 population, JorDan's population should be, on paper, a little bit higher because of Mahayana. There we are. Going for any elephant archers anymore. JorDan might want to consider going for some extra ones. Castle's going down from the Viper very soon. How many villagers do we have over here repairing? Yeah, it's got 12 villagers repairing the castle over there. We have 3 castles. 3 churches, sorry, taking the castle down so it does not crumble in the Viper. The Viper is starting to get closed up by JorDan. I see the skirmishes coming in for the Bull player. Here we go. I assume that we already have pikes at this stage for JorDan as well, right? So these guys are probably attacking faster. It seems like he doesn't have it though. That is actually kind of a big deal. You do want the upgrade. Makes your elephant's attack 20% faster. They have gone down for the most part though. Yeah. We have extra light cavalry coming over. Barely any elephant archer production though. JorDan, yeah. He's gonna start going for it a little bit more heavily right now. I think the problem for JorDan's push over here, for the most part, has been the fact that this play, like the elephant archer play, banks on numbers. You need a good amount of units because they are pop effective units. They are not cost effective units. So they are not going to take cost of, effective trades. You want to get the 200 population with these guys, and then they will take on anything. They will take on skirmishers too, but you need the numbers, right? It's kind of like a paladin. You don't go for 10 paladin and then the rest light cavalry. The paladin are not going to make too much of a difference in that case, unless your opponent is going for just light cavalry themselves. But yeah, it seems like JorDan has recognized this. He's gonna try to get the numbers up once again, and basically the better army composition he could potentially go for would be full elephant archer and then the meat shield, right? As opposed to going for the skirmishers. He needs to bank on the elephant archers over here. They're going to be the much more valuable unit. And he needs to take care of these as well. He cannot tank the halberdier like this. The archers are still pretty tanky and everything, but the halberdier, they will have nasty bonus damage against these guys. Regardless though, here comes JorDan. He's closing in on the Viper again. He's going for pikes. He had not gotten pikes up until this point. It's once again a pretty big deal. 20% faster attacking elephants in Rathas. Yeah. And with light cavalry, so long as the unit control stays good for JorDan, he should be the one getting the better traits over here. He's got finally a good amount of elephant archers coming out. Up until this point, he's kind of sacrificed a lot of these units. He's let a lot of his army die in lieu of staying somewhat cost effective. And I think that might have been more detrimental than anything else, because if he had tried to go for the mass from the get-go, he definitely would not have lost anywhere near as many units, right? While going for a smaller amount of elephant archers earlier made it so much easier for the Viper to just go and target those individually with the skirmishers. So we'll see. It's gonna be another castle going down. The Viper still trying to push JorDan away from his base. The Viper still has the population lead and the score lead as well, but JorDan is looking strong, guys. He's got some momentum over here. Just Werewolf Trebuchets have been a big issue for him to fight against. And now he's starting to go low in numbers once again on these elephant archers. So he needs to bring the meat shield. He needs to bring extra units, and he's going to go back now because of it in the Viper's been able to endure this push extremely well. So there is one thing I believe has had a pretty negative impact on JorDan, and I talked about it already, right? The way that he didn't really truly commit to the elephant play from the very beginning, resulted in a lot of free losses, a lot of elephant archers going down. And the reason why you don't want to do that is because there's a limited amount of gold around the map. And if we take a look at the amount of gold available still, there are 4 piles of gold. There are 2 from the Viper, which hold 2100 resources still. And there are 2 piles over here for JorDan, which are going to hold less than 1200 gold. That means in the next 5 years or so, probably even faster than that, JorDan's going to be effectively running out of gold, while the Viper, well, the Viper is going to have plenty of extra gold to keep on working with. Not something that he's going to need right now, given that he's just going for light cavalry and skirmishers. But definitely something to keep in mind if you're in JorDan's position. You're going into these gold heavy units and be able to do it for too long, so you really need to make it work right away. It's a lot easier said than done. It's kind of 200 population once again, or should we say 215-ish. But it's a struggle. It's a big struggle for JorDan. He's got one last push to make this play work, otherwise window of opportunity is going to shot, and the Viper is the only player with access to gold still. Will start getting some fantastic momentum over here, and JorDan's gonna be is going to find himself in a very precarious spot. Viper sending the villagers down the south. He's going to get Viper sending the scouts down the south. He's going to get these villagers from JorDan. Meanwhile, JorDan is sending the scouts for the Viper. Is going to send just some of the scouts over here. He's going to bring some of those back. And that is a good amount of light cavalry right now, though. If JorDan's able to keep a good amount of units coming out, so he does not run out of a meat shield, then this might be the play. This might be what JorDan needed to seal the deal. Still going to be a stronger score for the Viper, mind you, but JorDan's momentum is strong. He's got the 3rd trebuchet deploying right now. Meanwhile, the Viper's got the single trebuchet over here going down right away. And we need the meat shield once again. JorDan cannot afford to have these units exposed with no meat shield. He's gotta take those skirmishers, and the Viper is about to lose this castle. JorDan is about to run out of gold. One tile, 430 gold left. Not looking the best. Not looking the best. He does manage to get the castle down though, so there's the final frontier over here. The inside of Viper's base. As JorDan's back in the tree, he's back up. He's gonna start moving forward. He's gonna try to target this castle, I would assume. As he's got extra stables coming up, he's gonna need to keep the meat shield producing. The elephants to work out of, and he's got some elephants still on the way. And now some of the light cavalry are making it into the back of the Viper's base. And the score is kind of closing right now. The gap is kind of closing, and JorDan is going to try to take the stables down. He's going to try and take the archer ranges down. He's going to try to take the trebuchets down first. This is very, very difficult for JorDan to get away with, right? Because the 100% accuracy on werewolf trebuchets. The Viper's going to take 2 with 1 shot over there. Nope, just going to be the 1. The other one's going down to the skirmishes from the Viper. We still have 3 trebuchets left over there for JorDan, so it's not too bad. He's got the meat shield coming up still. Population still higher for JorDan. Economy is still higher for him and gold. It's just run out. As we were expecting it to be the case from this point onwards, JorDan's going to be banking on relic gold only, and the Viper knows. The Viper knows the elephants cannot get replenished forever. He simply can't. So he's just trying to go after the elephants right away, even if it means taking a lot of extra losses over here to the skirmishes from JorDan, to the light cavalry, whatever. The Viper seems to be coming out on top though by the looks of things, and JorDan's gonna keep on trying to push the Viper further and further into his base. We'll see Cavalier coming out right now for the Viper. Once again, the only player with goal left. He is behind the population, but he is a hidden score still. And now the score is starting to widen once again. The difference is favoring the Viper by a lot as JorDan's starting to crumble. Population 177 versus 191 for JorDan and the Viper respectively. Here is the Norwegian Snake. Well, the series has been a great one for sure. Seems like the Viper is going to start picking some momentum up over here. He's going to get access to the gold that he was missing. 700 gold only left over there. But JorDan. Yeah, JorDan's going to continue struggling over here as long as the Viper continues getting access to the trebuchets too. Cavalier now as well, Viper. He's not going for any extra Cavalier. The trebuchet are still producing though. There we go. Yes. This is going down from JorDan now. Viper starts pushing JorDan back. 14 elephant archers left only for the bull player. Not enough of a meat shield over here whatsoever. The military count favors the Viper by so much. By so much right now, it's ridiculous. It's been a great series, guys. This one and the one before this one. Absolutely amazing. They were pretty long as well, so I was kind of hoping to record all 4 series today from the quarterfinals. Today is the day for me where I was supposed to cast the 3rd and the 4th quarterfinals, but I think there might not be enough time, so we're probably just going to jump straight into the semifinals. If hopefully there is internet connection tomorrow and I am able to stream, but if not, then I might be able to cast those tomorrow instead. We'll see. Regardless though. Vipers. Yeah, going for just skirmishes right now. But he still has some momentum over here. The castle's going down from JorDan. Yes. Oh, nice shot. The Viper Warwolf trebuchets, they are just so good. 16 range, 300 meters, 90 kilogram onagers. 90 kilogram projectile onagers from the Bretons over here. Yeah, and JorDan's just going to continue getting pushed further and further back into his base, right? 164 population versus 194. JorDan's definitely not in a position to hold on against this push so long as the Viper keeps production going and keeps on replenishing his own military. He should be in a pretty good position himself. Cavalier coming over as well. Yeah. The Viper's unit control has been good too. He's been able to keep his own gold units alive for much longer than JorDan's been able to, and the gold is finally going down for the Viper, so now we're going to have both these guys left and just trash units, right? And when it comes to trash, well, it's going to be pretty even for the skirmishers, and then the pipeline situation is going to be better for the Viper, right? He's got all the upgrades, plate mail armor, which the Bengals don't get access to. He's got half of the year, which JorDan doesn't have. And he's just potentially cavalry that will favor JorDan. It's gonna be so much harder to make work on a map like this when there's so little space to really get through, right? Yeah, and everything's just falling apart for JorDan. He's in a position where, once again, we have seen multiple times this situation in the past, that a player is, yeah, not calling the GG because they are not dead, technically. But it was only a matter of time, and guys, JorDan says, if you were near me, I'd slap you right now. And TheViper just laughs it off, and JorDan says, GG, well played. TheViper's gonna be the one taking the series over here, but it's very, very interesting to see how JorDan got so close to taking the series after game number 3. Need to get only one more win out of 2 remaining games, but TheViper was able to clutch it out. TheViper's gonna be the one moving on to the semifinals now. So let's go through the achievements one final time, and we'll see for military a 1-to-1 KD ratio. Very, very close. Actually, it's super close. Only one difference in unit skill versus units lost for both these guys. Economy, we'll see a stronger economy for JorDan as well. By a lot, 12,000 extra resources did not make too much of a difference, and I think, once again, a mistake might have been not to commit to the strats from the get-go, but it is what it is. Society, 157 villager max for JorDan, significantly higher compared to TheViper. He ended up producing the most villagers throughout the game, but also taking the most losses, as TheViper ended up losing 26 workers. And JorDan, on the other hand, ended up losing 47. Well done. That's going to be about it for this series. Once again, not really sure if I'm going to have enough time to cast the 2 remaining sets. I was not expecting the 2 that I just recorded to be that long. I do have some other stuff to do, unfortunately. So, yeah, if we do not catch the other 2 quarterfinal sets, I'm just going to see you for the semifinals right away. And hopefully we are going to have internet, and hopefully we're going to be able to see everything. All right, guys, take care, and I'll see you in the next video.